The idea behind this program, and it's not quite done, is that I've used several people's way of finding squares, and I will change this program some more to be able to only look at a colored square and to make sure it's not rotated and that it's not a rectangle, but that isn't working yet. And I'm using all this so that I can find the position of my robot by looking at the size of the square that I'm going to put at the, in front of the camera at a distance. And I'll be able to use that for all kinds of different distances with my robot and whatever else I need. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'll fire it up, and what I'll do is show you the processes that take place to be able to find the square. And what OpenCV does is it goes through different I call these different functions that get the picture ready to be able to find the squares, and there's several processes. And I'll add some later on, one being, hey, if it's got to be a square within a certain range of color for me to be even looking at it. I'll just erase everything else in the picture, but I'm not doing that yet. So what I'm going to do is, right now on the left is the original program, and the first function is the power up function. Yeah, is it? No, it's the power down function. Okay, so I'm going to click this button and I'll look at what it's doing in the going down into the power down function. So excuse me, the power down function is on the left, the power down function is on the right. And what I can see is, first, it doubles the size of it, and it's blurry. And that actually helps in finding squares, which is really weird. So I'm going to hit this button again. Now the next thing it does, the next step in the process of finding squares is to find the edges on everything. And there's different routines for that, but this one is the Canny routine, and I picked it out of one of the 3 programs that I was looking at that finds squares. And I like this one better. It works pretty good. So it's called the Canny program, the Canny function in the OpenCV software kit that it was originally given from Intel. So I'm going to click again on the next image, and now it takes the Canny image on the left and makes it thicker, best I can tell. So that kind of fills in maybe any missing kind of holes in different squares, or on the edge where it might the light might not be quite right. But so it definitely helps in finding squares. So the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to click the next process image again. Now it's finding the squares. So you can see it's going around the left is the original image, and what I do is I use this function to draw the squares when it finds them. So here's a square. Now I don't like the fact that it's doing it rotated, but I'll figure that out. Now you can see that when I go on the edge here, it's not seeing it as a square. At a certain point it finds 4 edges, and that says, hey, I'm a square. Now I've got to make it so that it doesn't find rectangles. Like, for instance, I'm going to put this in front of it here. I'll put another picture in front of it, and you can see that it starts finding all kinds of rectangles, not just squares. So I've got to fix that and make that work. Also, if they're rotated too much, I don't want them to find them. So that's it. I'm getting there. It's been a lot more work than I expected, but there it is.